At last we will reveal ourselves to the Jedi. At last we will have our revenge. Welcome back to another video. And today we will be looking at this brand new Darth Maul figure. So this one is Darth Maul 2.0, and this will be my first Darth Maul I've ever owned. Rather excited for this one. I've always thought Darth Maul was really cool. Regardless if it was the prequels. I know some people don't really love the prequels, but I have no problem with the prequels. They are what they are. And Darth Maul was always one of the coolest characters out there. On whether it's a lot of things. Um, going from the original trilogy where the saber duels weren't as choreographed and there wasn't as much movement, I guess, athleticism, movement, skill, whatever, however you want to describe it. Obviously, there are older movies. The most, the biggest movement you see in those movies is, Luke Skywalker doing somersaults when he was training and escaping from Darth Vader and whatnot. And Darth Maul on screen, like right off the bat, he was doing acrobatic moves. Ray Park was one of the most, popular, skilled stuntmans out there, and he was just doing all sorts of ninja stuff. So flips, kicks, all that. So Darth Maul was a cool character for sure. And you know, Phantom Menace, the Duel of the Fates. Who can who doesn't know about Duel of the Fates? Whether it's the song, the track, the fight itself versus Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon. If who's anyone has heard of Darth Maul in some capacity. And yeah, that when I saw that a 2.0 of this was coming out, I had to grab it. And I didn't get the one with the speeder simply because I will not be posing him on a speeder. I'd rather him pose in a lightsaber type of deal. And just I couldn't justify paying all that extra money for something I probably won't display him on. If I'm going to display anything on a vehicle, it's going to be like Batman or something. But anyway, this video is about Darth Maul, and yeah, you see the figure over here. This is the pose I have him preliminarily. I just opened this a couple of days ago. I did receive this fairly quickly, about within 5 days, from Toys Assembly, one of my go-to places to buy anything. Usually it's within 3 days, but this time around, I think with the tariffs going on, it got delayed a little bit, but that's neither here nor there. Um, Bottom line is, I managed to get my hands on this figure, and here it is in all its glory. So as always, we will take a look at the box first, and then see what he comes with, and after that, figure out what pose we're going to put him in. Which right now, this is the pose we have him in. Pretty decent. I'm about to actually I posted a short with him, a couple of poses I did with him, along with Qui-Gon Jinn, which I think is going to be the best companion piece for this one. It's either that or the Emperor Palpatine, or not even Emperor Palpatine, the Chancellor one, the more human version. And I will be doing another short with my the Obi-Wan figure that I have. It won't be accurate because we haven't gotten a Padawan one. I think Sideshow Collectibles maybe made one, but I don't have that. So you will see what Obi-Wan I have. and I'll pose the three of them together doing the iconic duel. So let's get a close up on him really quick. Look at that. That is an awesome figure. The likeness is there, the paint on apps, everything, the outfit. There are a couple things that I will say I have a gripe on. Not even a couple, honestly. It's just one singular thing. And I'm pretty sure I won't be the only one that's annoyed by that, or that will be annoyed by that. Anyway, that's the pose I have him right now. We'll take a closer look at him in a bit. For now, here is the box. And we will open this up and see what it comes with. First of all, that's a cool look also. Just as an aside, I will not be putting that cloak on him in this review. You can see what he looks like in the short that I posted. It's kind of, his arms are kind of stiff, so putting that thing on isn't the easiest or something. But there's the slipcover that he comes with. So this figure is really nice, I gotta say. Got a decent amount of stuff. So as I mentioned, as you not mentioned, but if you see in the box, it says special edition on there. It's nothing really. Like, if you can't get your hands on a special edition, it's no big deal. It's just your coin, standard coin affair. So you get hands, so 8 hands plus the 2 on them, so 10 total. You get a lightsaber, the one where you can light up as a single and light up as a double, which I will be doing that when I put them in the cabinet. And there's a neutral head sculpt over here. But I will be leaving the angry one. This does have movable eyes, which is really cool. And then as I said, I will not be posing him with the cloak on. If you want to see that, it is on the short, but that's the cloak. Pretty cool. Very well made. When I do another whenever it is I decide to do a refresh on this figure, change the pose out or whatever, I will probably do them with a cloak on. The cloak itself is not bad per se. It's just I'm gonna pose them without it for now. And you get all these cool accessories with it too. There's that the Sith droid, the binoculars, alternative gauntlets, the eye movement tool, all that stuff. This thing is actually very nice looking. So whenever I decide to pose them with the cloak on, 100% this will be displayed along with that. Really neat. Here's the binoculars, properly rusted and all that. Also a cool piece. But yeah, to me, Darth Maul is one of those things that you have to pose in an action pose, just because he's such a cool character, and you'd be doing yourself a disservice not posing him in an action pose. So, having said that, we will cut out and switch out the hands and see what kind of pose we're going to leave him in. All right, so here's one pose. Change out the hands, change out the positioning of the lightsaber. Kind of dynamic, yeah. He does come with a flight stand, which I will probably do one of those poses with a flight stand. He is a very, as I mentioned, a very agile Sith warrior. So, yeah, so open palm as if using force powers or just in a face off. Sorry, I was actually worried that he was going to fall for that for a second. But yeah, his figure is really nice. It's actually going to zoom in on his head sculpt really quick. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Awesome detail. And these are actually sharp, so be careful with those not to damage it. Just a really cool looking figure. So this pose is decent. I will not be leaving him in this probably. Let's go ahead and switch out the hand again, see what else we can come up with. All right, here's another pose. I actually kind of like this one. When he was in a battle stance against Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan, he was, this is something that how he would look like. One hand, in a ready position to do flips with a saber and stuff like that. Not flips, but twirling the saber around. And one hand, in a gripping position. So this is something I actually really like. There are, the figure does come with the swooshing saber things, so it can make it look like he is in middle of spinning the saber. And I do, if I remember correctly, I do have it in that short I posted, but I kind of like having it posted this way. Eyes look really menacing. It's really awesome. Yeah. All right, let's try one more pose and see. But this is definitely one of the finalists. Let me go ahead and do that. But I really like this one, especially if, I am going to use the light up effect on this guy. And given how long this is going to take up a lot of cabinet space, whether it's, horizontally or depth wise. But I can't imagine not displaying him with the dual bladed sabers. So, or double bladed. Yeah, it's double bladed. Dual blade is the two lightsabers. I'm going to try to do a pose with him on the flight stand and see what that looks like. And here he is on the base and the flight stand in the jumping pose. Yeah, figure looks really cool. You can do a lot with him. The outfit does sometimes get in the way of what you can do, and I'm going to point out the one thing that you have to be absolutely careful of, but I've already failed at it. And it's the tiny buttons you can see on the belt. Those things fly off just like that. And they give you some extra ones, but gluing them on there, I mean, given how tiny they are, is, good luck. I've managed to recover a couple of the ones that fell. I have it inside the box. And just, like I said, gluing them on is a proper nightmare. But yeah, otherwise, the figure itself is really, really cool. And, you can do a lot of stuff with it. They do give you a lot of accessories. So you have plenty of options. You know what I will do, seeing as I already have the junction box installed on here, I'm going to go ahead and switch them out, display it with the lightsaber, the light up effect, and we can go ahead and look at how that looks like on video. All right, so I think this will be the pose I'll be leaving him at. A little bit dynamic, standing on one leg. On the back, it's kind of leaping off of it, the back leg. So definitely an action pose. That's the way I picture Darth Maul, honestly, in an action pose. So I think I'll be leaving him like that. So I'm gonna turn off this light on this camera stand, as I don't have any more outlets. Let's see if this cable will reach all the way over there, so we can see what the saber looks like lit up. Don't fall, don't fall, don't fall. Sorry about all the wires and stuff. Is that lit up? I think that is lit up. I'm gonna have to turn off the camera and the light on this one. There we go. You can see the lightsaber lit up. Kind of cool. Let's see what that looks like in even less light. Nice. Saber's pretty bright under darkness. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that pose. Kind of crazy, kind of ridiculous, but that's how I'll be leaving him for now, in an action pose like that, just to change it up, because everyone else is in like a battle stance kind of deal. So I will be leaving him in that pose. It's not the best, but it's just, I guess I'm just looking for a different flavor. So anyway, for the grades on this figure, so look wise, I think he's perfect. Head sculpt, outfit, everything. I think he's flawless. The paint applications, the look, the eyes, and everything. So he gets a perfect 10 out of 10 for that. Accessories, also, I gotta say, he gets a 10 out of 10. Comes with a lot. He does come with a lot. So I'm very happy with what he comes with. You do get a lot with it. Now, for fun factor, I think I will give him a 9. Okay. Like I said, a lot of accessories, posability, all that. You get a flight stand. A lot of options with this figure. What I am docking him this figure for is the little buttons on the belt. Those little tiny things. Touch them a little bit and they fly off. And it's just one of those things I'm just gonna have to suck up. But yeah, definitely recommend this figure. If you do not have a Darth Maul, then what are you waiting for? I highly recommend for you to pick this one up. He's fantastic. If you already have a Darth Maul, which I don't, but from what I've compared to pictures online, the DX16 and 17, first of all, I'm not. The 17 is, I think it's the Clone Wars one, and then there's also the the one from, he made like a cameo experience with like mechanical legs. I'm not interested in those. I think this figure is better than those, just by look. You know, it's the classic. You can't really beat the OG look for the character. And if you have a Qui-Gon Jinn, which I actually picked up this one with Qui-Gon, it's one of those things, you know, you can't have one without the other. It's an iconic duo. But yeah, he's a lot of fun to pose and work with. So at the end of the day, I do recommend the figure. I highly recommend it. Just be very careful with those little tiny buttons. I wasn't. I failed at it, but that's okay. He's still a fantastic looking figure. Looking at it, you know, from behind the cabinet, people won't notice it. So anyway, thank you for watching this one. I think maybe I will alternate between this and Lord of the Rings. I do have, like, you know, the Gandalf and the Aragorn I talked about still coming, but this one came in brand new, and I had to get a closer look at him. As I mentioned, Darth Maul is one of my favorite characters that Star Wars produced. So anyway, thank you for watching this one. Let me know if you want to see him in any other poses, or you recommend any other poses, or what other accessories you can think of. I will try to post another video before the weekend is over, which we shall see how that works out. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your weekend. If not, I hope you guys have a great week. And remember to collect what you enjoy and enjoy what you collect. All right, guys. Thank you. Have a good night.